All right, what's up everyone? I haven't been out in the garage in several weeks now, you know, after the hurricane and just cleaning up after that. And then I went to the mountains last week. If you saw the videos of me driving the different cars. And while I was at the mountains last weekend, my CE28Ns showed up. These are diamond black. And so what I'm gonna do here this morning, I've got a lot of random projects I'm gonna work on today. But I wanted to get, or while I'm sort of working through all these different projects today, I'm gonna work on the wheels and get them coated and prepared, because I don't know if it's gonna be next week, but in the next few days I'm gonna be going down to Orlando to get the tires mounted, wheels put on, brakes put on, and then hopefully get the suspension dialed in, and hopefully I'm not selling the S2000 because I hate it. So anyway, let's get prepped. I'll hopefully in interest of making this video a little bit shorter than it's going to end up being, I'll talk through what I have planned here, getting them set up for coating. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put, first I'm gonna isopropyl alcohol wipe these down. I won't need to, at least I don't think, I'm not going to, but I don't think I need to polish these, freshly powdered. I think these are powder coated wheels, and I'm pretty sure they're powder coated. I don't think they're painted and cleared, but I could be wrong. I'm sure someone will correct me in the description. But I want to get all of these stickers off the wheels, including the wheel size off of here. So these are 17 by 9.5. And I know some of you are disappointed, including myself. I wanted to do bronze wheels. And if you're not familiar with how these wheels work, S2000s have kind of an odd offset. I believe that, I know the rears are 17 by 9 plus 63 in the S2000 offset. So these are 17 by 9.5 plus 50. And again, the model is CE28N. But generally, S2000s, the S2000 specific offset from Volk, I think the OEM offset is plus 65 in the rear. The offset is plus 63. These are plus 50. This more significant or more substantial offset. This is Griot's adhesive remover. Pushes the wheel out so it's flush with the fender well. And so the rears and fronts, I've decided to do the same. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stick with a stagger, but in order to do a big brake kit without doing all kinds of spacers and all kinds of random stuff, you really need to do a square setup. And so the 17 by 9.5 has to go in the front and the rear. So I've had to do all kinds of suspension precautions, or suspension setup changes specifically to the front to get prepared to put these wheels. We'll find out if I hate them. But anyway, this offset, this specific offset, is exclusive to special order, and you can only special order it in quantity. And so Evasive has sort of designed this spec, and for whatever reason, Volk is very specific about how you order. You can't just call and custom order whatever you want. I think you have to order in sets of 100 wheels, but they trickle out of Japan. And so I wanted bronze wheels, but I couldn't get them because they just didn't have any on the docket. And so it would be 6 or 8 or 9 or who knows how many months to get bronze. But they had a set of this diamond black coming in. And so I'm not a big fan of black on black type wheels and paint, but this is what I've got. This is what I've got to work with here. So, and then this is it's diamond black, which has a little bit of a gray to it. It's a grayish black metallic, but it's still black. It'll look good. And so I wanted big brakes. I want to get the suspension dialed in. If I keep this S2000 forever, I'll probably order a set of bronze and then maybe sell these, or just have 2 sets. But we're going to find out. if I even keep the S2000 forever. We'll see. Because if I don't like how this is set up, I might just give up. Because as of right now, the S2000 isn't what I remembered it being. You know, in comparison to now these much higher end cars that I'm now driving around in. All right, so I'm gonna grab some IPA. So now, because I'm not going to clay these or anything, I'm just gonna go with straight alcohol. Normally you'd probably be better off diluting this, but I'm sure we'll be fine. I've done this many times. I'm using 91% isopropyl alcohol, put it on a paper towel, and just prep the surface. So what I'm gonna do today is, and I'm gonna prep these. I'm going to prep these wheels for a coating, and we're going to coat with Kamikaze Stance. I'm going to let cure for several hours, and then I'm going to follow with a coat of Kamikaze Miyabi, which is a standard, coating, regular coating, and then I'm probably gonna put a coat of Overcoat over top of that, a few hours later. So this process is gonna take a long time. So I'm gonna do this one step at a time, get a coat on the thing. And actually, just to be safe, on the face of the wheel, I'm not gonna wipe down with alcohol. I'm gonna use eraser on it. There's no sense in risking the finish by using a too heavy of an alcohol. But again, I do want the surface to be clean and protected. And so if you're coating your wheels and they've been on the car before, if they're not brand new like this, you're gonna wanna clay them, maybe even polish them, and then use eraser or alcohol to prep the surface, just to ensure we get a really high quality bond with our coating. So I'm wiping out every little spot because I'm going to come back in here and coat the wheel. So the reason I chose this is because I intend to, I'm going to start testing the Kamikaze products. It just seems to appeal to me that this is from all of my research, is the most wax-like looking coating, because I know I'm one of the last few holdouts here, but the look of coatings, they look weird. And I know people think I'm nuts, but it's just a different type of shine, different type of finish. And so if you, like, the barrels have a satin finish to them, or generally coatings will give you a little bit of a shade difference on your satin finish, but not enough to be life-changing. All right, so just because I'm outside here and the lawn guys were just here, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do each wheel one at a time, and so from prep to application, and I'm going to set it aside. So let me get some gloves and we'll get rolling. All right, so I'll get you this further out angle here to start, and then I'll come back in, get you a little tighter looking view here. Let me get a little further into this. I'm not going to worry about, applicator pads now have they're scored, or if they're not, you should score it. I'm not going to worry about that because I'm just going to hit the inside and I'm going to remove it from the block. I'm not going to keep it on the block. And so then, because I'm going to just use the regular applicator, the suede applicator, to do all the little cracks and crevices of the wheel. These gloves, if you're ever looking for a set, I'm sure you can just search on Amazon, but I buy mine from CarPro, Corey at CarPro is where I get these. All right. Shake it up a bit. Make sure. You always want to make sure that you don't have, you know, if this is a titanium, I don't know what Kamikaze is. If it's silicon dioxide, I mean, I don't think they publish their actual material. I believe it might be titanium dioxide, but you want to make sure there isn't any of the product dried on the edge here, because you'll end up possibly scratching the paint, scratching the surface. So kind of prep this. You don't want to put tons and tons of product on, because you'll have to remove it. What's up, Rye? So you want to apply any coating. What you drinking?
Coffee.
What? Who gave you that?
Mama.
What the heck?
In case she gave her own glass.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with her? Since when does mommy drink coffee?
I don't know. She started drinking a lot.
Shoot, she's gonna get in trouble. So general application on this is, so we're gonna apply in thin, straight, you know, we wanna keep the thickness as straight as possible. We're gonna let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes. And then we're gonna come back and wipe it off. So one of the virtues to the Kamikaze stuff is that it's not as difficult to apply as some others. Now, I haven't done it yet. So actually, I have. I've done my hobby on when I went to Esoteric to train. And it was considerably easier to apply than many of these other coatings. But I haven't done this rim coat yet. So I don't have to stress about high spots on this as much as I do with some of the other companies. But you could still screw it up. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's foolproof. Let's get the back of this. And I want to make sure I get in here. So by the time I get done with the front side, this back side will be dry. So now let's work on the front. I guess let's do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing from this angle, and then we'll get a different angle.
Daddy.
Yes, ma'am? What you...
Look at her shirt.
Oh, yeah.
She has the same shirt as you on.
Same shirt as me on.
Hey, let me see your shirt. Yep.
Who put that shirt on you?
Mommy! Okay, you want to go play? With our shooters? Come on. It's fun. Let's go play. Let's go play.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Where did you get your scooter?
Right here. Right here.
You got a bite on your foot? Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a bad one. It's never as fun to do a coating on a wheel. In fact, it's probably easier to use. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab one of these and put it on.
Okay, where are you going? Why not?
I don't know about this.
Okay, you want to do the Bug Masters?
Yeah, that's not applying very evenly.
Okay.
What are you looking for? A hammer?
What?
Are you gonna put it back when you're done?
Yeah.
Then go ahead. So I'm gonna keep working through this wheel and I'll come back to you with a different angle. Because what happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.